All right, traders, good afternoon. Welcome on back here this Thursday afternoon, October 2nd. Great to have all of our students members either with us still here or rejoining us right now. Jim, Tim, Glenn, I saw later from before, Kathleen, Mike, and all of us here otherwise. Great to have all of us back here, not just inside our live trading room, but back on social media, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, etc. All of our social media streams and platforms popping up lower left. Down below, right below the avatar there, at Cyber Trading U. Just make sure to hit the follow and subscribe button if you're on social, if you're on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, etc. Now, we've had, once again, a very active day. I just ate a bit of a loss right there a moment ago on a stock that I was holding on to for a little bit this week, Path. It's down about 4% on that trade. I just cut ties with it. So I'm not up as much as I should be just from that. But outside of that one trade, this has been a great day for me, great day for all of us in our room. The DFLI right now is actually popping on up. Rich just called that out a moment ago. So just starting off with this trade here, normally we don't really put stocks below $1 on our watch list. They normally don't make as good of a move. We don't trade these. They're not penny stocks. They're not bulletin board stocks. They're listed on the NASDAQ or the New York Stock Exchange. But, we just try and keep it over $1. Now, when a stock breaks over $1, not only does it pop up on our radars here, mine, Rich, Fausto, Albert, Uday, laid all of our students there, it'll pop up on 99.9% of everyone else's radars, right? So that's just where, at least here with it breaking over $1, it's already up 9 cents from that point. So great move already. I have no problem just putting this on our list to start. Give me a sec here. I got to write this out. I got 18,000 different screens up here also. Just got to make sure I'm not losing sight of this list. All right. So the DFLI, just a stock we'll put on our list to begin. Now, we've killed it today across the board, though. I mean, right now, the nuclear stocks are still holding up pretty well. Oklo is doing pretty nice. It's got some resistance there, but, it had a great morning. The SMR is trying to play catch up. This is a little bit more active of a trade right now. I wouldn't mind adding both of them just to our list for the time being. We did exceptional on the trade. You can see I have my charts here all lined up, though, right now. I was looking for a pullback where I thought this would break below this neckline here and just really didn't. So if it were to, I was expecting a big shakedown towards 33.60s. Just didn't really get that at the time. It's just been kind of stuck around 35. The Rigetti trade's pretty interesting because I showed this inside our live trading room. If you're Kathleen, Brad, Michael, all of our members there, just scroll up. You can kind of see the commentary that we're all giving to you throughout the day in the chat. This is just, what we showed before. So bit of a fib extension setup here where it today, this morning, I know it's a weekly chart, but this morning topped off pretty much right there at this 138% line. Just these are technical levels to look out for, potential projected targets ahead on the trade. So basically broke over and under that price just earlier this morning. It doesn't get any easier than this, right at 10:30, 10:32 in the morning. Are you kidding me? 1 + 1 doesn't, folks. 1 + 1 = 2. That's just where resistance plus reversal time, not a surprise. So that's where, at least for right now, it's kind of stuck. The QBTS trade I thought was looking sharper just a moment ago. Rigetti was the better trade in the morning session. What's the other quantum trade? QUBT, and that one's not as much. QuantumScape, this is a loser. This is actually down percentage-wise. And IO and Q is holding up pretty well too, though. We'll come back to the quantums by the end of this meeting. Absolutely. I feel like this is just a day where some of the hot sectors are moving. I mean, even right now, a gold student of ours, Tim, and Alicia, I see your comment right there on the SMR. Love to see that. Tim, one of our gold students here, saying RR worth watching. So not just the nuclear, not just the hot stocks, at least otherwise, the quantums, but just saying now the robotics. So RR, I thought there was also BBAI, the Soon, a lot of these stocks are doing pretty good today. It's just all of them. So we got to cherry pick. We got to find which ones look the best, the best potential movers. We don't want to get stuck watching the grass grow. We don't want to focus on stocks that have bad order books. And even if there is something that fits, that kind of shoe, you want it to be worth your time still. So, honestly, the Soon here doesn't look half bad. I can come back to this by the end of this meeting. Best thing to do is just start right from the top. We'll run into these trades eventually. Black Titan Corporation, BTTC. Yeah, we're going to avoid that one at least. If anyone somehow magically made money on a halt there. Congratulations. I think that we'll have an easier time making money on DFLI. We'll probably have an easier time making money on the call outs that Tim and Alicia made. CIGL. We got to add the CIGL to our list now at this point. It's just been holding up pretty nicely near the regular session highs. Still has had a tough time breaking pre-market levels after hour levels from yesterday, but it's coiling up. So that's the part that we can kind of appreciate. Is it a tease? Yeah, it kind of has been. If you're in from $4, you're making money. So it's not so much a tease if you're at least in from four, but now it's got to make a higher high. So we'll give it a look. We'll add it. BRLS, it's up 67%. Not the best order book. You got an iceberg at 450. At least that's a level. Just again, I'll come back to it if I need to. IVDA, this one actually just popped before, failed to break over pre-market levels here also, and an ugly rejection back down. So honestly, if this stayed closer near this 220-ish area right now, I put it on our list. But Tasha, TSHA. This has been a tease this morning. From early on this morning, this was just very chaotic. I didn't have any action on this myself, and it did move up at first without me, pulled back down without me too. But I guess at this point, maybe this can provide for a cleaner setup here into the close. If more people look at the stock, find it on the gainer side like we are doing right now. You got resistance ahead at $5, so keep an eye on five, and then say the chart top there at the time too, right around 490, pretty much 490, $5 put together. Backed. This has been a great swing trade from earlier this week. Yeah, if anyone held on to the stock from earlier this week when we had called it out, I wasn't personally advocating for this to be a swing, but this has just been not only a great day trade, day over day, but obviously a great hold. Pretty much up over 100% since Monday. So at this point right now, the order book's pretty empty. I mean, literally empty. Can't see shit on that thing. So, yeah, we'll pass on that for right now. Looks like Circle's moving. CRCL. Woo! Nice move right here. I didn't even realize this. Great squeeze up right now. Obviously, Bitcoin breaking over 120,000. We're testing it. Let's see. Is there any news out on Circle? I know Coinbase was at the highs earlier today, too. I don't really see any news out on Circle. Why I went to CRCL is because you got these two, at least here, as ETFs. You got the A, and then you got the G. They're pretty much the same thing. One's $11, one's $17. I reckon I'll put the cheaper of the two on there since it doesn't make a difference, right? But I'll add the Circle stock and then the CRCG. This one here is an ETF. Yeah, the CRCG is also a little bit more liquid too. RZLV, kind of a no-brainer. Rich called this one out earlier today, just still pushing near the highs right now. Interesting daily chart. So, there's thought behind this being a potentially strong slingshot back up. Pretty strong close to the week here, unless if it just pukes tomorrow. But otherwise, this could be setting up for an even better move over time. Just absolutely a stock I'll just feature on our watch list, though, for right now. Am I guaranteeing it's going to break higher highs? No, can't guarantee anything there. But, with how much it's already moved up, maybe we'll see a little pullback, scalp move back up off 6. Otherwise, it's just something to remind yourself of going forward if you haven't really remembered that one as much. Pally from yesterday, nice pop from yesterday. It's kind of going back up right now. Not really much more to it than that. This is like the type of stock you're going to watch the grass grow on here, watch the paint dry pretty much. This one was a nice push earlier on this morning. You had some iceberg on the buy side pop up at 120. So that was where we had jumped in from there. It was good for about like 11, 12 cents. On this nice pop earlier today too has been a great swing trade also. This also is I don't want to call it robotic company. I'll kind of call it like the drone stocks. You got Jobby. You got Archer, which isn't doing as good. And then the on this trade, which is doing pretty damn nice. There is just a lot to look at here, isn't there? USAR, rare metals, right? I think that we focused on this trade like a week or two back. This and TMC, the metals company. USAR, I think, is like the more lively trade, though. So I'll kind of add the USAR, kind of keep the other one there, the TMC, on our side list. This is a mess. Passing on the Rigetti for the afternoon. This is definitely not a mess here. We're going to add the ASTS, AST Space Mobile, also another hot sector, at least the space stocks. Rocket Lab also going with it. So RKLB, very strong long-term chart. This looks like it's setting up for another break of all-time highs. ASTS is just the hotter hand today, though. This is all-time highs. Who was that earlier? Tom? Tom, you're still in on this trade, right? Tom P, one of my gold students here, working with you earlier today. He's having a good time on this. Yeah, you're still in. Beautiful. I mean, it broke over 65 and then it kept higher lows the whole way through, Tom. Look at that. Higher lows the whole way through. Doesn't get much better. So congratulations to you on that trade. If anyone else is in on that ASTS trade you're collecting also, really nice job. Go back here for right now, at least. ABVE, not bad. Ooh, it's popping over 250 as we speak. All right, let's see. Has this got a good chart? Got a weird chart here. I mean, if it's possible for this to try and make a move up towards 290 here, resistance from May up towards 3. I mean, it's breaking over 250 for the time being. Nice chart, good order book. It's kind of hard to ignore that, right? ABVE. I'll add it. Now, if it just flops below 250, then we'll kind of write it off. But Navitas here, this is a interesting trade to keep an eye on long term. I could see myself putting this on our list here too. I just want to go through the rest though first, and that's where I said I'd come back to a stock like Soon here, SOUN, and I'll add the Soon trade now at this point. Soundhound. I mean, someone tried correcting us earlier in the morning broadcast. We try and just have traders lingo, traders kind of vocabulary. We kind of call out stocks as we name them. So obviously the name of the stock is Soundhound AI. We've been following this trade for like a year or two now at this point, us here at CTU. So we just nickname it Soon. I don't know, just kind of our weird traders vocabulary. So, Klarna, Klar, this had just popped up nicely today too. Uh, this was an IPO from like a few weeks ago, right? A couple weeks ago, a few weeks ago. I don't really trust the IPOs as much. It broke well below the $40 price we saw as support on its debut. And then from there, it just kept going. So it's probably going to take some time for it to solidify. I don't mind adding it to our list. It might just take some time, day to day to day, week to week, to just see that play out. Poet, nice chart here. This is kind of doing its own thing. I want to focus on stocks that aren't even just kind of moving with a sector, but are kind of on its own planet, kind of doing its own thing. So Poet, I mean, I'll find out what they do, but I don't really tie this stock into any other sector. So if it is in like the robot sector, nuclear, whatever, but at least that one we're not really kind of grouping with as much. The We Rod, I think this is like, if not autonomous driving, this is like kind of like the robo taxi type business here too. So at least this one, I think we trade with Jobby and beyond this trade perhaps ONDS. Ward though we haven't really looked at in a little bit, so I don't mind giving a little spotlight on this one for right now. It's obviously right near the HOD. Planet Lab also going back to the high of the day there too, so I got to add Planet Lab back to our list also. Coinbase I had just mentioned beforehand. I was going to get to that here next at the highs, so kind of hard to ignore that. I can't really imagine that I'm going to be finding too many stocks on the losers list that I'm going to be just adding to our watch list now at this point. So, if you see me building up a big list already, I'm probably going to finish up in just a moment. I mean, everything that's moving right now is on the gainer side here pretty much. Hut had a good day today. I could add Hut if anything, but that's where I'll kind of just pull back a little bit. All right, let's hop over to the loser side right now, see if there's anything looking just as good, if not better. Probably not. Probably not. Actually, I might have to jack up the volume filter here. I do. All right, yeah, that just eliminated pretty much everything. RKT's down a little bit. Not really worth looking at, though, right now. Just dropped off earlier today. Tesla did get hit, right? Didn't Tesla drop? So maybe, if anything, I add Tesla, TSLL, seeing if there's some sort of bounce there into the close, or if the markets peel back, then maybe there could be more. That might be like the only one that I'll add there. Rivion's not as close to the lows. Oxy's also down big. Got a couple stocks there down big. All right, I'll add Tesla, though, if anything, on the downside. Shout out later as always on YouTube, simulcasting, of course, inside our live trading room, and just always joining me here on the YouTubes. Stoic, great to have you here joining us on the YouTubes as well. Why do I feel like small cap is getting beaten and the Mag Sevens are getting most of the bullish trend? Well, we could take a look at what is it? What's the Russell 2000? What's the Russell 2000 ETF, guys? It's on the tip of my tongue. It's the small cap one, right? We can take a look at that if anything. Chuck saying RUT? No. It's like yeah, I was thinking IBM, Mike. It's so funny. I was like, it's not IBM, Josh. IWM. Like traders dyslexia there. So I was pretty close. But yeah, so IWM, I mean, this is hold up pretty well here as far as like small caps go. Now, if you were looking at stocks that were on the gainers list yesterday, stocks that were on the gainers list 2 days ago, no, those are trades that are on the losers list today. Those are just flavor of the day type moves. There's just what's on the gainers list one day makes the losers list the next. So that's extremely, extremely common. Now, as far as like the Mag 7 stocks go, well, just overall, this market's been super bullish, right? We're back over yesterday's highs pretty much right now, trying to hold over support, the SPY. So that's just where, for the time being, as long as the stock that you're looking at, I mean, for us here in our trading room, we're going to start and stick with our list. But outside of that, listen, if you are in a NVIDIA swing trade, just keep with higher lows. If you're Tom P, who's like collecting big on that ASTS, listen, that made higher lows today at least, so you stay in the trade for this afternoon. Long term, just make sure it retains that trend, like a rocket lab, right? Pretty decent trend. Higher lows, should be expecting higher highs soon. Now, that's not a Mag 7, but it's just kind of the same pattern that we look for. I appreciate the question, though, Stoic. So, I hope that you look to join us going forward. If not here on YouTube, then inside our live trading room, at least. Just join us by going down to the link scrolling below on the blue banner. Some alliteration right there. ct.co/free. But otherwise, you can scan that QR code here coming up. I'll have it popping up here in just a bit. There we go. If you're fancy with your phone, fancy with your camera, that'll take you to the same landing page pretty much. From Rabbit on YouTube here. Great to have you also joining us right now. Rabbit Hole. There we go. 1 second. RX Iceberg at 550. Yeah, it's up 7%, right? It's a very tradable stock. So this is just where I'll kind of go through second or last call here, second round pretty much across the gainer side. If there's any other trades you want me to look at, now's the time. Definitely let me know now, because the second I post this list, we're going to stick to it at first. Andrea, yeah, the CIGL is running. We already got that one there. That one is looking good already. The SOLT, right? This is a Solana ETF. So with Bitcoin going up, you got some of the cryptos going up with it. Ethereum. I don't know if TradeStation has Solana yet on their platform just yet. They don't. That's all right. But SOLT is a Solana ETF. It's a pretty important crypto. Everyone here knows Bitcoin, and some people here know Ethereum, number 2. Solana's number 3, pretty much. All right, so that, Leda, maybe I do add the SOLT. I do like that recommendation. Stronger than Bitcoin right now. So, all right, that pretty much does it here, folks. I mean, I'll just see if there's anything else looking good here from the gainer side. Like I'd said, like that on this trade, I can come back to that. Is this Tron is in the crypto Tron? No, that wouldn't be a bad choice also, technically. Did we add the Pally trade? I don't think that we added Pally. That wasn't looking half bad. But I'll tell you, listen, this is just where I say, if I keep going through this list, I'll just say that about every other stock. We already have a good list to work with. So let's just put a kibosh on it for the time being. Less is more, and we already got a big ass watch list. So there we go, folks. For Skip, great to have you back inside our live trading room. I saw you in class yesterday there, Skip. Hope you're doing well. For Skip, for Andrea, Leda, Mike, Chuck, Scott, Tom, all of us here. Again, we'll be back on the mic going into the next 10, 15 minutes. Rich will be on there taking you into the close. I'll be on a coaching session with one of our students until 3:30. But otherwise, if I jump into anything, I will let you know. Absolutely, like I always do. Took a haircut today. What was it on the? No, I got Hood Profit, but that kept going up a little bit. It was the IREN. I took like a 30-cent haircut on that. Now that was one of my other big losses earlier today, but that was it. Everything else though, smooth sailing, folks. So again, let's start and stick with what we got, and then best of luck trading and going into the market close for all of us. Otherwise, take care.